metres only from pole to the first braking point at turn 1. And Daniel Ricciardo stops his McLaren in that last grid spot after taking his engine penalty. Carlos Sainz alongside him. The lights start to go on. We're all set for the 2021 Turkish Grand Prix. It's lights out, away we go. Then, comes Sir Charles Leclerc, and that's a spin for Fernando Alonso at turn 1, and he's lost plenty of places. Comes back in about 15th place. Not the start that Alonso would have wanted.
Oh, so disappointing for him. The guy that's always so strong at the starts. There's Lewis trying to get past Sebastian Vettel. Oh, it's disappointing for Fernando, but as they go through turn 6, Lewis keeping out of trouble.
Yeah, Gasly is in for a 5-second time penalty. I don't know about you, Jensen. I think that was a bit harsh. Carlos Sainz is going for it with George Russell, and they're going to wheel around turn 13, and it's Sainz in the Ferrari that puts himself ahead of George Russell.
I think the biggest issue is that they have so much grip on the corner exits, they're not getting wheel spin.
Now here he goes, round the outside. Don't do it in a braking zone, do it round the outside at turn 3. This is the traditional spot for overtaking at Istanbul Park.
It seems like it's one a lap for Carlos Sainz. Great job by him.
There's still light drizzle, turn 8, turn 9, 10, 11.
Sainz goes down the inside on Sebastian Vettel, and I wonder, was there contact between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin?
Oh, and a little bit of contact there. Hopefully no damage.
Okay, drive straight into me then.
This should be one of the more easier overtakes he'll have to make all afternoon.
Yeah, it should be, but he's running such a big rear wing on the Mercedes. But down the outside should be a nice, easy move here. He can pick his braking point. Look at that.
Seems to have that straight line speed advantage over Hamilton. Hamilton, though, close enough now to be picking up the slipstream of the Red Bull in front, and Hamilton gaining as the wheels turn round, and he pushes Sergio Perez almost into the pit lane entry. Perez is not going to give this one up without a fight, and they are almost level pegging as they start the next lap. Hamilton's got better acceleration as down towards turn 1 we go. Has Hamilton got up into 4th place? No, he's not. Sergio Perez on the inside regains the place that he might have lost by millimetres a few hundred metres before.
Lando Norris pitted just a lap ago, and as the Red Bull guys get to work, that's perfect. Oh, that is sweet, isn't it, Crofty? That's absolutely brilliant stop.
Out of the pit lane comes Sebastian Vettel, and I just had to check myself there. He's on the slick tyre. This is a gamble that I'm sure the driver was part of.
No, it's not working.
But as I was going to say, not working.
It's really not working. He's kind of a danger on the track now. Look at the difference in speed. It's massive.
Box.
Why?
New inset is the way to go. We're under threat from
I don't think it is, man.
Yeah, it's a tricky one now. I personally think he has to stay out until he seriously loses time to Max, because finishing just behind Max is much better than finishing just inside the top 10.
Can I stay with this set until the end of the race?
Yes, you can stay until the end with this set.
I've just realised here, chaps, don't want to put the mockers on it, but I just realised if I stay with this set, we might win this, you know. Valtteri Bottas is on the inside. Leclerc just makes way, I think, there. Doesn't fight that. Valtteri Bottas retakes the lead of this Turkish Grand Prix. He's back out in front. Hamilton's coming in for a pit stop. Leclerc goes through, Perez goes through. Don't go anywhere. This is building to a grandstand finish, and it's almost like he's going off-roading Charles Leclerc as he slides his way through turn 9 and 10. We're on board with Sergio Perez. Has Leclerc got any way of maintaining his position against the Red Bull of Perez. Under braking, Perez a bit later manages to squeeze past. Inside line now goes to Charles Leclerc as Perez exits the final corner. He's got a decent gap between himself and Charles Leclerc. Perez is up into the podium places. Leclerc will try and fight it, but he's fighting with one hand behind his back.
So Gasly at 3 behind. 3 behind.
Man, why'd you give up that space?
It looks like we were going to lose the position anyway.
From pole position, Valtteri Bottas can now make it to the final corner to see the checkered flag, and Bottas crosses the line to win the Turkish Grand Prix. It has been a commanding performance, and that will give him a huge cheer as he leaves Mercedes at the end of this season and heads off to... It's a 6-point lead in the Drivers' Championship. Verstappen is back in front once again at the 4th change of lead in the last 6 Grand Prix. All to play for still, 6 races to go. We head to Austin next, but here in Turkey this weekend, Bottas is back and winning.
It feels awesome, you know, feels good, and I don't know, almost like a relief that I actually won a race this year. It's been a while, so yeah, really, and it was not an easy race win. So with these conditions,
we maximized the result. Valtteri was a little bit faster, but of course this whole weekend we were a bit behind in pace compared to Mercedes. And this race was all about just managing the tires to a certain lap. We then had to pit for another set and again bring that to the end, which wasn't the most fun to drive because normally you want to push a little bit more, but yeah, as a team, you know, to finish 2nd and 3rd here was a very good result.
Today it's a special podium, you know, because it's one of those days that I wasn't fully comfortable with the car, especially on that first stint. It made it very tricky, and yeah, it was good to get that podium.
I feel like I should have stayed out. My gut feeling was to stay, and I feel like that's what I should have done. So frustrated in myself for not following my gut. But I work as a team, so did the best I could with the advice I was getting.
It's not a day to have any regrets or think negatively about the day. It's been such a positive day for me as a driver that obviously something that like a bad stop during a year can happen. It's just obviously we were fighting for Lando, and after I managed to pass Ocon after the slow pit stop, I was 15 seconds behind Lando. No?